What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video, and today we're going to be talking about the market, talking about Griffey week and the crash that I am expecting for Thursday. Of course, that is the update. We got the roster update and the 6th inning program drop, so we're going to be talking about that in this video. Quickly, if you guys could do me a favor and leave a like down below on this video, it really does help me out, and make sure to subscribe. Really got a lot of great videos planned for all the 6th inning extravaganza and all whatnot content. Really excited for that. So getting into this one, there's quite a bit to talk about. So of course, you guys probably know by now that Ken Griffey Jr. has been officially announced, and he will be one of the 3 6th inning program bosses. The other 2 are yet to be known. They are going to be announced on Thursday on the Twitch live stream, Sony San Diego Studios. So of course, I will be making a video once those do drop as well. So make sure to turn on the notification bell so you guys can know who those are right away. So we don't really know who those 2 are, but we know there's Griffey. And if we have Griffey, I would be utterly shocked. I would be appalled and a half if we do not have 2 other really good, substantially good bosses in order to compare it with Griffey. So what that means is that we're going to see a lot of prices drop in cards. This is something I talked about in a video previously, but obviously this was not confirmed at that point. So I think it is definitely useful to make sure to sell off some of your outfielder cards, specifically center fielders, such as if you have a card like Ty Cobb. I really expect someone like this to drop down in price because, let's be honest, if you look at Ty Cobb's stats right here, he is going, Ken Griffey Jr. is going to be better in probably everything except for speed, obviously, but he's not going to be slow. And then he's going to have a little less contact and vision. Otherwise, he is going to be much more desired, in my opinion, and he is guaranteed to be going for less depending on when that is going to be. I predict that a lot of people are going to be grinding hard for Griffey, and this one I in particular plan on getting the voucher, which leads us into this next conversation. I definitely think the voucher is worth it. This is a really good time to do so for a couple reasons. I never am gonna understand who exactly those people are, except if you're a Twitch streamer or if you're not a content creator like myself. I don't really know what the point of buying one of these bosses right away for 400,000 is, when in 2 days they're going to be going for 150 to 200,000. I have no idea who is exactly doing that, but there is people who are doing it, so that's the good thing for people like you and me. So I think this is really worth it if you guys can have time. I know school for a lot of people has started. I know other obligations such as family, friends, work, or whatnot on the weekend. If you guys have time, I recommend, if you have Stubs, if you have time, get the voucher and grind it out all weekend. That's what I'm going to be doing. I might even stream it. It's been a while since I have streamed, but I might do that. So I definitely think the voucher is worth it. Onto these cards. Buy them now. I definitely think now's the time to buy them because it hasn't really jumped out at people yet. Not the wide majority, because the people that play this game, not everybody's on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Not everybody knows that Ken Griffey Jr. is going to be within as a boss yet. So these cards, they did go for like 90,000, like especially right away when they were announced. They really jumped up. But for 75,000, I think that is a very fair price. I think now's the time to buy those. So if you guys are planning on getting the voucher, I only have to get Donaldson at this point. So I'm going to grind out some Stubs, go ahead and get that. I sold Ricky because I'm going to get Ken Griffey Jr. anyway. And then make sure to get the voucher. You do get 30,000 Stubs back. So I would really recommend the voucher, something I talked about in a previous video. But I want to say once again that it is time to buy those, in my opinion, because if you wait until Thursday, they are going to be going for quite a bit more, I do imagine, because people are going to try to scramble and try to do it because they want to get Griffey faster. So another thing alongside with it is I for a second would seriously consider taking someone else than Griffey, for the reason that Griffey is going to be so wanted. There is a chance that everybody's just gonna auto pick Griffey, and there could be other guys going for more. So make sure to always look, when you do open the pack, it will say how much they're going for. Before you open that pack, go on the market and see how much the new bosses are going for, because if everybody picks Griffey and not enough people are picking the other 2, it is going to be a little unequal balance, and those other 2 are going to be going for more, because even though Griffey would be the better card in that sense because everybody else is picking him, because everybody else is picking him, he is going to be going for less because there's more on the market, if that makes any sense. So that is something to think about. Even if you don't want to keep him, you would be able to sell that and then buy Griffey and make profit out of it. So that's something to think about for sure. Think about that before you go ahead and open that pack. And as I mentioned, I do expect some really good other players. I would really be disappointed, to be honest, if we didn't get some really good players. I'm imagining like a Piazza. Some people are saying like a Babe Ruth or a Ted Williams. I kind of doubt they would drop 2 outfielders within one program. That wouldn't really make much sense, and I don't think there's a better outfielder out there than Griffey, so there'd really be no point to take, Babe Ruth other than Griffey, at least in my opinion. But I think Chipper Jones is a very good possibility, and then maybe we're going to get a pitcher as well. So we're going to have to wait and see for that. But yeah, I definitely think you guys should be best off in selling some cards, outfielders in particular. It doesn't really matter the position because, most outfielders are universal. Very few cannot play the whole outfield. Not everybody can play the outfield well, with the secondary positions, with the 5-point drop off, for example. Reginald Jackson right here, if you try to put him in center field, he's going to drop down below to bronze defense. So that is something to think about. But I do think outfielder prices in general are going to be dropping, and you guys can already see that a little bit. For example, Andrew McCutchen, he's going for 70,000 right here. You guys can see the trends. He is starting to dip down a little bit more than he has been recently. So what you would want to do in this sense is to sell these cards off right now, and if you do still want to bring them back once Griffey's out after a couple of days, I imagine then you can buy these cards back once Griffey is at an obtainable price, because the big thing about it, why these cards are going to drop so much, is because Ken Griffey Jr. is by far going to be the best center fielder in the game, the best outfielder in the game at the time of release. Maybe for some reason he sucks, he can't hit, he swings a pool noodle, whatever. And better outfielders come out a little bit later, but at the time of release, he's going to be the best. And give it a week, and that card's going to be below 100,000 stubs. So if you think about guys like Ty Cobb, he's going to be dropping in price. Andrew McCutchen is going to go down a lot in price. I look, for example, in Cal Ripken Jr. right here. If you look at his market trends, this look in particular on 7/26, that's when Troy Tulowitzki, Ozzie Smith, and Hanley Ramirez dropped. A bunch of new shortstops that are at a cheaper price than him. He went down quite a bit. He lost, like, in one night, he was going for 56. He went all the way down to 40. He lost like 15,000 stubs in price, and while he has kind of rubber banded a bit back, at the time he definitely did drop. So outfielders, for sure, I would recommend. Catcher is another position that I think you guys probably might want to do. If there's one other signature boss that I feel pretty damn confident about, is not necessarily Mike Piazza, even though I think he's the best fit because I think he's more wanted than Johnny Bench. We already have, most people have a Johnny Bench at this point. If you guys have gotten to that pack, you guys have probably picked the 95 Johnny Bench. So I'd imagine Mike Piazza would be a great fit. He'd be a catcher that people would want, and if you guys already have a stacked outfield, you don't need to take Griffey. You might want to go for a Piazza. So if you have a Gary Carter, Yadier Molina, some of these guys, I think selling them off now would be in your best bet, because I am expecting a catcher. Like I said, besides Griffey, which I predicted right, and we're gonna get him for sure. I think catcher is a very sure bet. So I think catcher's a position that you guys want to sell off. And other than that, we might get a pitcher, but I'm starting to think maybe we don't, because I don't know in how many instances you would really pick a pitcher over Ken Griffey Jr. unless you already have Willie Mays. Like, there's not an outfield where Griffey does not start for you at this point. So I think maybe we're going to get like Piazza, Chipper, and Griffey. That would be my personal picks of what we might get. So in general, I do think cards are going to start to be going down. So if you have some diamonds, and let me know down in the comment section, tweet me at GomesDaLegend. If you guys have any questions, DM me, at me, reply in the comments. I'm always looking to reply to you guys and help you out. So make sure to do that if you guys have your own individual questions on individual players. But in general, I am suspecting a downwards market trend for cards, and especially in the catcher and outfield positions. Those are going to be the really drastic classic ones. But overall, I expect cards to go down. We're starting to see end game cards, some of the best cards in the game, and Ken Griffey Jr. Is going to be no difference from any of the other bosses. He's going to be going for relatively cheap. So, you know, maybe at bottom out price, he could be going for 75, 80, 70,000, kind of like Lou Gehrig and these other cards that we saw at their low price. It's kind of hard to see because it's so skewed based on the first numbers, but that goes to show once again why the voucher is so useful. If you can get it done within the first night or two, this is in 2 nights. This is after 2 nights. He was going over 30,000 stubs. So I think that is really worth it. It's going for about 75K per. If you have one, hopefully you do. If not, 75 plus, that's, I think it's 225 or something like that, minus the 30 that you get for the collection. It's going to be under 200K. I only have to get Donaldson. I'm definitely going to do that. And I'm going to be trying to grind out that heavy in order to do it. So, of course, what you guys want to do with that is get Griffey, sell, or not Griffey necessarily, whoever is going for the most, sell it off right away and buy it back later. Some people might say, where's the fun of that? I want to use the card. You're losing out on so much opportunity to make stubs. It's literally the single-handed best way to make stubs in the game. Within the new inning programs, I saw Twin Gaming TV sell the 5th inning boss. I think he picked Gehrig. He sold them for over 500,000 stubs, and these cards are going for 70 now. So that is like the S tier. That is the the upper echelon tier of making stubs. So that's what I think, in my opinion. I'm expecting a market crash. It will be happening on Thursday and throughout. Sell your cards. Let me know down below in the comment section for your individual thoughts and opinions and questions on cards, if you should sell him or not. Should be a fun time. I'm really excited. Make sure to have a like down below on this video if you guys did enjoy, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. There comes Zodi.
Love is love and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.